Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. So today I'd like to talk about what it's like to have an artificial intelligence that you cannot interface with as your boss or manager. Many people wonder what it's going to be like in the future when AI takes over or when AI is used more and more, and I think that YouTube is actually a great case study of what it is like if your boss is an AI. Now, luckily for me, I do run a repair shop, and if everything goes well, starting Monday, I may actually have another full-time job. So YouTube is pretty much something where I can take that money and consider it some found money. I can take that and put it towards my retirement, or let's say, I don't know, you move your store to a very expensive location right before COVID. It'll keep you from going bankrupt, stuff like that. Luckily, I am in a position where YouTube is not a full-time job for me that is necessary for me to feed myself, pay my rent, or anything like that, because it makes no sense. So I want to kind of explain a little bit of what it's like in this video, and perhaps other people that are content creators can also chime in with their experiences. So something I've heard from a lot of you is that my videos do not show up in your feed. So I'll get emails from people because I've made my email available publicly where people can email me about anything. And I'll often get emails I've noticed a lot over the past 3.5 to 4 months, where someone will email me about a story and ask for my opinion or what I think, and I'll respond to that email with a video that I did 3 or 5 days prior covering that very issue. And they'll go, oh, I didn't see that in my feed. Oh, I don't know why I didn't see that. That's happened a lot more over the past 4 months, where people that are subscribed to my channel won't see my stuff. And if you take a look at, let's say, Social Blade, I've always had my peaks and valleys, but you can see the pattern over the past 4 months has been... Now, anyway, getting back to this. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of an example of one of the frustrations in being managed by an AI. Because again, as we move into a world where AI takes over more aspects of our lives and computers and AI replace more things that were done by humans, we're going to see computers making more and more decisions for you. And the thing about a computer versus a boss, you may not like your boss may be passive aggressive, your boss may be a dick, your boss may have crappy demands of you, your boss may be a bitch, your boss may be unfair, your boss may be unqualified. But at the end of the day, it is a person that in some way, shape, or form you have the ability to interface with and understand, which is more than you can say for something like YouTube. So if you take a look at my channel, you can see that this is my viewership on average over the past month. And yesterday, I had this giant spike, which is really confusing to me. So I'm just kind of curious, well, what is this giant spike doing here? I don't think I released anything yesterday that was really particularly interesting or noteworthy. And as you can see, when it comes to subscriber numbers, my subscribers have been in the shitter. I usually lose subscribers every day. And then yesterday, I just gained almost 600 subscribers out of nowhere. So I'm really curious as to why this happened. So I decided to start looking into what it is that caused that to happen. Now, I look on YouTube Analytics, and I just view yesterday. And as you can see, a majority of what I produced came from this New York City great video. This is one of the dumbest videos I've ever done, and it is now one of the most viewed videos on my channel. The TLDR of that video is I had to wake up around 5 or 6 in the morning to pick up my car from the garage. I was kind of in a shitty mood, aggravated that I wake up that early, and I just see this subway grate that has this weird contraption over it that seems painful to sit on, and I'm just going to rant about this subway grate for 90 seconds. It's pretty much a throwaway video. It's pretty fucking stupid, and that video has over 9 million views now. The video that I did that actually goes over homelessness in New York City and does a really nice deep dive into it, the corrupt nonprofits, Cuomo's links to it, all this cool stuff that, like, again, nobody cares about that. They care about me yelling at a grape. And now, so I decided to try and figure out what it is that got this video to go as viral as it did yesterday. Did it get linked to on a website? Were a bunch of people sharing it? Was there some sort of homeless story yesterday that kind of led to this? Or is it just that an algorithm farted and decided to spam people with this? So if you take a look at the analytics, it will actually show you what the traffic sources were. So again, you could see browse features is 98.1% of the traffic. Browse features is traffic from the homepage or home screen, the subscription feed, and other browsing features. As in, this other browsing features, like YouTube recommending this video, homepage or home screen, meaning what YouTube decides to put on your home screen. Direct or external, meaning that somebody was directly linked to it, accounted for 0.6% of the traffic, and external, as in somebody linked to it from another website, accounted for 0.2% of the traffic to this video. It was mostly YouTube shoving this video into people's feeds so that they would see this instead of the content that I actually normally produce. So when I produce a video about a topic that I care about, that I think is relevant to my audience, YouTube will not put it in the feeds of the people that chose to subscribe to my channel. When I create a throwaway, nonsensical bullshit video that really just doesn't serve much of a purpose or a point, doesn't really have much behind it, YouTube will go out of its way to spam this video into this feed of people that have not even subscribed to my channel, causing them to show up, causing my subscriber numbers to go up, my viewership numbers to go up. And here's the thing. there's nobody that I can ask why this is. So if I were, again, this is what it is like when you are managed by artificial intelligence or a black box that you do not have access to. When I have a normal boss and I get a raise or I have a $500 bonus, again, if I add a $250 bonus to Paul or Steve's paycheck at the end of a week, or I give Dan $1,000, he has the ability to knock on my door and say, Lewis, thank you, I appreciate this. What did I do to earn this $1,000? What can I do into the future to continue earning it? Or vice versa, if I don't give a bonus, they can knock on my door and kind of ask what's going on, and so on and so forth. Here, there is literally nobody you can ask, why is this happening? So when I produce a video that is of relevance to my audience, something that they've actually asked for, something that in the past has gotten 800,000 or 1.2 million views because people are interested in that topic and they subscribe because of that topic, they don't see it when they're subscribed. But there's this stupid fucking video I did on a grate, and it's literally just being spammed to everybody's feeds. Why is that happening? You're not able to ask that question, which is one of the reasons that I am grateful that I have a repair shop as a job. And if everything goes well on Monday, fingers crossed, I will have another full-time job here in Austin, Texas. Because with these jobs, regardless of any of the issues that I have, I can deal with my customers. I can speak to my customers. I can figure out what it is that makes them happy, what it is that makes them unhappy, so I can understand what it is that I should be doing better. Whereas on YouTube, it genuinely just feels like you are just being fucked with. Again, there are times where I remember having a conversation with a partner manager about 6-7 years ago, and she was saying that YouTube is changing monetization and its recommendation systems, so here's why it may make sense to curse less in your videos and curse less in the titles of those particular videos. 2 weeks later, this exact same thing happened where in one day, instead of getting, like 30 or 40,000 views a day, I was getting 300,000 or 600,000 views a day, and that was mostly because of a video that I did called IT Specialists Can Suck My Dick. This video has a lot of cursing in it, but in addition to the cursing that was inside the video, the title of the video was IT Specialists Can Suck My Dick. The title of that video, I believe, has been changed, but at the time, it was IT Specialists Can Suck My Dick. So I asked the partner manager, you suggested that I curse less because this is going to hurt me. However, at this particular point in time, all the videos I've done over the past month where I curse less have actually have done below average, yet this one video that I did a year ago, IT Specialists Can Suck My Dick, which is referring to a blowjob in the title, which has a lot of cursing in the video, is getting spammed into people's feeds. Further, when I read the comments on that video, I had a bunch of people commenting saying, why the fuck is this in my feed? Why was this suggested to me? Why was this recommended to me? Implying that these are not people that are subscribed to my content, nor people that are even interested in my content at all that are getting spammed this particular video. It doesn't make them happy when they get spammed something that they're not interested in, and it doesn't make me happy when you tell me what I should be doing to succeed on this platform, and videos I've done that literally do the opposite of that succeed. At the end of the day, I don't even think anybody at YouTube or Google understands how their AI works. There was a friend of mine that linked me to a book about artificial intelligence from back in the 80s and 90s. I forget the name of it. And it was a person that had at one point worked at Google, and her theory was this is probably the only person at this entire fucking company that understands how any of this shit works, and that's that. And even he's going to only have a very cursory understanding of it. But I believe this is what it's going to be like in the future where you are managed by artificial intelligence. You're going to be stuck with these situations where you don't actually even know what it is you need to do to be successful, or what it is that that's causing you to fail, what it is that's causing you to be successful, and it will cause you to pull your hair out. Now, I am in a particular situation where, again, if I make money on YouTube, I consider that extra. I have a repair shop, so when it comes to YouTube, that will be money that I spend on, going out to eat, my retirement, or let's say I move to a store location that's $8,000 more right before the end of the fucking world with COVID, and now I'm in debt because of that. It'll help me with stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I see this is not my job. This is not how I pay my rent. This is not how I pay my food bill. If it was, this would drive me insane because I don't know what my metrics for success are. I don't know what I have to do to be successful. I don't know what I have to do to be a failure. And at the end of the day, when you are punished for something, you don't know why. And then when you feel this could absolutely drive you up a wall. I'm very curious with other people that do YouTube, particularly people that actually try to do this as a living. Think of this. Again, is this something that you experience? Is this something where, have you had a YouTube partner manager reach out to you and specifically go over what it is that would make you more successful on this platform, and then had a case where the exact opposite of that is more successful than everything else? Does this drive you crazy? Do you chase this, or do you just give up and not care? I'm very curious to hear what you all think. I'm curious for your comments. You can leave them down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. Praise be to the Almighty Great. Bye now.